We are going to do blessings and prayers now. And we start this segment now with good news by request. And there was some really good news this week on Friday. For those of you that didn't hear it, Friday was a Cat Lady Day, and Friday was also Sylvester the cat's birthday. But that's not the good news. Those are just trivia for you. The good news from Friday is NYU published the New York Declaration on Animal Consciousness. If you have not seen this, it was signed by 40 researchers and includes, quote, the realistic possibility of conscious experience in all vertebrates, including reptiles, amphibians, and fishes, and many invertebrates, including, at minimum, I'm quoting, cephalod mollusks, decapod crustaceans, and insects. So this is hitting the news cycle now, and it's very, very exciting that, we keep pointing towards the kind of statements of consciousness that have been made in other countries all the time. And now here in New York, we have our own. So if you would like to read, there was actually a full day conference on Friday. And if you would like to read this and get this circulating, this is a really good piece for that kind of question that comes up about, well, insects don't feel anything. They don't have consciousness. They're automata, all of that kind of thing. And I know that last question that came in about how to have conversations about people around different, prickly points about people's beliefs about animals that may not agree with your beliefs. And I think this increase in learning about animal consciousness and the more scientists that are saying it, in addition to those of us in the religious and the spiritual and the other meaning making and world views, that when the scientists start saying it as too, it gives us a little more fuel. So that is my good news for today, and I hope you all feel that that is good news as well. Uh, Alongside our good news, we always attend to our challenges too. So, Phil, if you could open the chat, and I know that I would like to start with a sacred send off for dear little Mandy, who I know one of our members who's here every month lost recently, who was a precious, precious, precious cat. If there are any other losses that you've had, human, other than human, habitat, or there are any joys or good news that you'd like to share, the chat is now open, and please feel free to put those in there to let each other know and to let us know the things we can smile about and the things that are breaking your heart that you'd like support for. Yeah. It's a messy world, folks. It's a messy, messy world. And as you all are getting those into the chat and forming your thoughts together, I'm going to double dip, asking Judy Ramsey to come back up. In addition to being a shamanic practitioner, Judy's also an animal chaplain, dynamic animal communicator, interspecies counselor. She mentioned all that. And she and I and an Ayurvedic practitioner, an animal chaplain named Amanda Ree, are going to be at Omega in June together, doing 5 full days of different practices around animals. And so I thought maybe Judy would come and give us a little piece of blessing today. So Judy, I know you've got something you would like to show on the screen. You should have the power to do that. And go for it. And afterwards, I will attend to what's in the chat and we'll do our closing blessing.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. Today, I'd like to share a blessing with you from the Quechua tradition in South America. The Quechua generally believe that we are divine beings. And you've heard of the practice of Tonglen, and that is breathing something in that's bad and breathing out something that's good. The Quechua believe you can breathe something in that's good and breathe something out that's good, because you can transmute that energy within yourself. If you have a piece of paper in front of you, draw 4 directions, and kind of determine in your own place where you are what is north, south, east, and west. Okay? And then for each direction, take a very deep breath and just ground yourself to the earth. And think of a being, as I name the directions, think of a being whose characteristics you admire in that particular direction. So the north is for is for spirit and community. Think of one of your beloved nature beings that represents that for you, that has demonstrated that for you. And I'll show you mine in just a second. To the east is the mind, new beginnings, lightness of being. Think of one of your nature beings that represents that for you. It can be an animal, a tree, a mountain, a stream, a body of water. It can be anything in nature that you feel communicates that with you. To the south is the emotional body. Think of a nature being that helps you with fluidity, with resilience, with the felt sense. And to the west is the physical body, endings, harvests, ancestors. Now these are mine. I have a tree spirit, a couple of animal spirits, and a mountain spirit. Now, where you are, I'm not going to face north because my back would be to you. Face north. Close your eyes. Connect with that being that you have in mind for the north. Breathe in the essence of that being and breathe it out again. And just feel what that felt sense is. Feel what that feels like when it comes into your spirit, into your body. What does it feel like? Then turn to the east. And whatever creature, whatever nature being you designated or called on for the east, take a deep breath in of that spirit essence into your spirit, into your body, and feel what it feels like. And just allow every aspect of your mind, your body, and your spirit to be filled with that essence, and breathe it out again into the world. When you're ready, go to the south, and whatever being you invoked for the south, take a deep breath and breathe in that being's essence. Be the hollow bone that I mentioned before. You're just channeling that being's gifts to the rest of the world. And feel what that feels like when it comes into you, and then gift that to the world with your out breath. And when you're ready, turn to the west and repeat that process with whatever nature being is in the west for you. Breathe in the gifts, the essence, the energy, the spirit, whatever they're giving you, and breathe that out again as a gift to the world around you. And you can open your eyes now and just notice how that feels for you. This is a wonderful daily practice to set the tone for your day. It's a wonderful practice for the end of a very stressful day to fill yourself with energy that feels wonderful to you and cleanse yourself of energy that doesn't. Thank you for the share.
Judy, thank you. I had geese and then sprouts. So we're just getting sprouts going on over here. Squirrels and lions. I hope you all had wonderful beings in your practice. And Judy, thank you so much for leading that in. That's very profoundly simple. And I like the movement to that as well. That might become part of my good morning habitat practice. Thank you for that. And we add to our breathing in and out prayers from Nicole that the red heifer sacrifice does not happen. Joys for Victoria that 4 hours ago she got the edited version of her upcoming book to her editor. Yay, Victoria, that's good news. That almost rivals Animal Conscious Declaration. I know you've been working hard on that. Well done. We wait with excitement for Age Like a Yogi. We also pray for the family of David Ferrando, whose ashes were just interred, and more blessings and prayers for Diane and Mandy. For Christina's boyfriend who passed away in January. He was a long-term vegan and very compassionate and spiritual. For Portia the cat who passed away today. And her mom, Sheila, from Catholic Concern for Animals. May Portia be companioned into the what's next. Lars, may the rabbit that died when he ran in front of your car also know that your care and concern for them as they travel perhaps through the Bardo. And may they have a most auspicious next lifetime. And prayers to you too for that event that can jar us so much when those tragic accidents happen. To Lynn's dear companion cat, Josie, who left the world 4 weeks ago. Oh, my friends, we have a lot of loss. For Diane and Mandy and Lynn and Josie, wrapping you all in prayer, Victoria adds, just a few more folks here. Keep your hearts wide open. Dane for Dogs in Madison, Wisconsin has received a judge's approval to proceed with an evidentiary hearing for their petition to appoint a special prosecutor to look into whether Ridgeland Farms, a dog research and breeding facility, is in violation of animal cruelty laws. Whew, that was a lot of words, and I bet there were a lot of words in that hearing and that petition, and some good ones too. May it be read with compassion. And folks are adding in the animals that they had, and we see great representation all around the animal kingdom. Polar bears and pandas, orangutans and cougars, bears and finches, squirrels and pigeons, enormous old-growth cedar trees, mountains, horses, coyotes, birds, a tree, javelina families, and mountains. Phil, if you could bring up our final slide that we could add together. Our final blessing. If you all would say these words with me, keeping our hearts wide, wide open. May all creatures everywhere be happy and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of our lives contribute to this happiness and this freedom for all. And please end with your ending word in your faith or wisdom tradition or worldview. May it be so. Amen. I mean, so mote it be. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And Phil, there's one more slide after that, if you would show for me. Hey, that's Phil right there on screen. All of you folks, if you would like to go back and do any of the practices that we do, look at any of the interviews that Victoria's done or Elaine has done over the last 3 years, watch the Sunday services you've missed, watch the blessings and prayers, or use them in your community. Please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll get videos there, or you can not subscribe and you can just take a look first. We thank Phil today on this anniversary for being with us and all the hard work that Phil does to put these together, to get these up onto YouTube, to slice them into these different components that are usable, and to get them out in the world. So, Phil, we are so, so, so very grateful for you, not only for keeping this room sacred and free from disruption, but also for everything that you do behind the scenes to spread compassion out into the world through the Compassion Consortium and all your other endeavors. If you'd like to learn more about Phil, you can catch the interview with Phil from last week. Thank you for joining us for Sunday service today.